So Barcelona got a taste of their own medicine after they were thrashed by Atletico Madrid by 4 goals to 0 in the Spanish Copa del Rey semi-finals first leg. Now, goals from Ademola Lookman, Antoine Griezmann, Julian Alvarez, and then an own goal from Eric Garcia gave Atletico Madrid a first leg advantage of the Spanish Copa del Rey. Now, this has been a big booster for Atletico Madrid ever since Ademola Lookman arrived at the club. Looking at the fact that now they've had a different style of playing. They are now playing beautiful attacking football, and their game against Barcelona really proved that Atletico Madrid are now back in form, hoping that this time around they could win something for themselves. So the second leg will also be a very, very important one. I mean, Atletico Madrid are a team that are not supposed to drop points, especially coming into this game. This time around, the second leg, they will be playing at the backyard of Barcelona. And so, let's see what happens. But then, when it comes to the league table, whether it's the Spanish La Liga, Atletico Madrid do not really find themselves well. They may be on a third position though, but as to whether they are really title contenders in the Spanish La Liga, that is what will be a doubt. But since Ademola Lookman has joined the club, probably there could be some kind of change and an improvement in the club. Probably, maybe they could be winning the Spanish Copa del Rey if all things go well for them in the second leg of the encounter. But the other second game in the Spanish Copa del Rey saw Athletic Bilbao lose to Real Sociedad by 1-0. Now, I mean, for Athletic Bilbao, there's been a little bit of turmoil within the club after FIFA has banned the club for 3 years, so they won't be able to sign any player at this moment. So there is that kind of, maybe people will say there is that kind of frustration within the club over the fact that now they are unable to sign players at this moment, so they would have to maintain the crop of players this season. But then they could also take advantage of this moment, looking at the fact that this is just 1-0 that they lost in the first leg of the Spanish Copa del Rey. Hopefully during the second leg they could do something better in this particular one. But this is how it is. So Atletico Madrid have a first leg advantage, a 4-0 first leg advantage against Barcelona. And then Real Sociedad also have a 1-0 first leg advantage against Bilbao. Hopefully, let's see how things go well for all four clubs in the Spanish Copa del Rey when we enter into the second leg. Now, let's talk about Raheem Sterling, because this is one player that has been of fine form. When you go back to the Euro 2020, he was one of the players that was adjudged one of the best players in the tournament. Now, right after after that tournament, we've seen Sterling move from Chelsea to Arsenal, playing on loan, not really getting regular playing time, and then moving back to Chelsea. And then since when he moved back to Chelsea, he wasn't even part of the squad, and he has been sidelined for quite some time. And then Chelsea terminated his contract due to the fact that they feel that they could not work with the player. But there is a good news that has popped up, because Raheem Sterling has finally gotten a club that has called him and wants his service. So he has finally joined that side, Feyenoord. That is for Robin van Persie's Feyenoord. So he has signed for the club for 6 months. That is until the end of the season, hoping that he could help Feyenoord win the Dutch Eredivisie this time around. And for Robin van Persie and his Feyenoord, they are currently second on the Eredivisie table at this moment, hoping that they could win the Eredivisie this season. Unfortunately, they are out of the Europa League this season. They failed to make it into the next stage of the competition. But with the inclusion of Raheem Sterling into the squad by Robin van Persie, I mean, for Robin van Persie, this one coach that was once a Premier League player. He has played against Raheem Sterling in the Premier League. Robin van Persie once played for Arsenal, and then he played for Manchester United. For Raheem Sterling, he has played for multiple clubs. He has played for Liverpool. He has played for Chelsea. He has played for Manchester City. He's been one of the players that has been consistent in the English Premier League. So when it comes to experience, Van Persie knows the kind of experience Raheem Sterling could bring to the club that is Feyenoord in the Dutch Eredivisie. And so this, I don't know whether to call Raheem Sterling a lucky man at this moment. Yes, but then he could be a lucky man, looking at the fact that for a player who hasn't really featured who haven't really played for quite some months, and then being offered a 6-month contract, this should be a good one for him. Hopefully, if all things go well, maybe Feyenoord could extend his contract, or maybe probably another team could be calling him to play for them. But this is it for Raheem Sterling. He has now signed a 6-month contract with Feyenoord. That is that side Feyenoord. They are currently on the second position of the Dutch Eredivisie table at this moment. So let's see how things go for Raheem Sterling and Robin van Persie, who is managing Feyenoord. I mean, the last time Feyenoord won the Dutch Eredivisie was about 3 seasons ago. So hopefully they want to win something this season with the inclusion of Raheem Sterling, who happens to be one of the experienced players, and then having Robin van Persie, an experienced Premier League player, coaching Feyenoord at this moment. So this is Our Media Sports on YouTube and all our social media channels. You can share your thoughts with us, and on YouTube, on X, and on Facebook, and then on TikTok. My name is Amos Mama Boy.